Nobody talks about how hard it is being so pro-black and married to a white man. We're not ready to have that conversation. I'm not ready to have that conversation. This is just a guy. This is just a guy I stumbled into, and here I am. I don't know how I got.
Fully aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together, and then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us, but then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional.
Off today and decided to take myself to happy hour, and I was like, I'm by myself. Everybody's still working. Let me go to happy hour and put myself out there, sit at the bar, have me a drink and appetizer, and see if I see anybody. I am single and ready to mingle. How is my husband gonna find me at home? So I've tried to be outside more. And so I went to this restaurant and sat at the bar. It was happy hour, and I was like reluctant to, go to this place, but I walked in and I see 3 black guys sitting at a table. And I was like, okay, well, I can sit on this side of the bar, or I can sit on this side of the bar closer to them. And yeah, we're looking for the same person. They looking for who I'm looking for. So that part. Life of a single 41-year-old woman. I'm trying.
I'm going to come to y'all again with another video, but this is for the other side. This is for black men and black women who choose to date a white woman or a white man. I need you to listen up and listen up well. You need to focus on who you're trying to be with. Because a lot of these white women, a lot of these white little girls, a lot of these white little boys and men, they are trying to go with the trend, the fad. They're trying to dip their little toes in the water. This is their fantasy, to be with a black man or a black woman. And they daddies and they uncles and they cousins and they brothers don't like it. So you need to watch who you be with. You need to watch who you sleep with. You need to watch who you're talking to. Because even though they may want this, they family don't. A lot of them don't. It's sad I have to come on here and explain this to both sides. It's sad. Because we should be with who we want to be with. God put us on this earth to be happy and to live for Him. And so we should be able to date who we choose to date. But I do know that black women don't like the white women being with black men. And the white men don't like the white women being with black men. So you need to actually watch who you're talking to and investigate their family. See if their family is going to love you for you and not for they're going to have to love you for you. And something, I had to redo this video because I was going to tell you, whoever you find, make sure that their family are truly Christ followers. Make sure their family actually loves the Lord with everything in them, and make sure that they choose God, go to church, and live for the Lord. Because if you actually get with somebody whose family loves the Lord and chooses God, they're not going to have a racist bone in their body. They're going to love you for you. Now, if you get with somebody's family who does not live for the Lord or fakes it, like a lot of them are racist. Yes, it still happens in many towns, in many cities, in many states. People still are racist. You know how many videos I've seen on the news about these young black men dating this young white girl. They go with their family out of town on vacation, and all of a sudden, the black man's body's missing, or he's hanging from a tree, or something's always happening. Not only black men do you need to watch who you're gonna date, but you need to watch who you're working for. You need to watch who you surround yourself with and your little friends. You need to watch this, because it's sad that so many people turn against people. It's sad. It's sad. It makes me cry at night to think about how people have so many issues. It's disgusting. But all I know to tell y'all is watch who you put yourself around. Because these little white girls, you know what they like doing? These white women, they like to get mad at you, and they'll call the popo. They gonna call the popo. Then they gonna call you the N-word because they getting so mad. See, that is not a woman who loves a black man. A woman who loves a black man would never, ever, ever call you the N-word. Ever. I don't care how mad they get. I don't care what you do to them. If the white woman actually loves the black man, she would never call you the N-word. Nor would she ever call the popo. I've never called the popo on anybody I've ever been with. And I've been with black men since I was 14. I've never called the popo, nor would I ever call the popo. Ever. Because, see, white women know that the judicial system is wrong. They know that the popo's going to take you. They know that the popo's going to put it all on you. Because the popo's racist. So, most of them are. I'm not going to say all of them are, but most of them are. So, the white woman knows they have the head over you. Like, they can call and you're gone. Without question. Without question. So, it's sad. Like I said, it's sad I'm coming on here having to come with this video. But, black men, black women, you need to watch who you're talking to. You actually need to watch who you're talking to. But, you know what? This could happen in all scenarios. So, whoever you're trying to talk to, whoever you're trying to date, please, investigate the family. Be around, ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Do your parents like interracial dating? Have you ever been with a black man? What does your family think about it? You need to be asking these questions. But anyways, that's all I have for you. But just watch your surroundings and find the right person. Find the person who loves you for you. Find the person whose family will love you for you. Y'all, stay blessed.
Here's the thing. Call me cynical, an old, bitter, divorced woman. You can call me what you like, because I don't even give a tell you till you choose straight, and I don't care what race the man is. I don't care what age the man is. I don't care about it. I done had 3 white husbands that have spanned. I've married a man my age. I've married a man 8 years older. And I just here married a man who was, 13 years older? I'm 13, 14, depending on what time you catch us. And my divorce is final in September. We have been constructed as women to be functioning for the men in our life. Step back and look at most men. They're not multifunctional. They don't got it together. They are not a provider for themselves. So here's what I want y'all to answer. Y'all, so the women who are so quick to be like, no, my man, tell me what value a man brings to your life. Like, when he comes into your life, what gets better? Other than you might get on the regular. But here, let me tell you, when you've been married to somebody 10, 20 years, they don't work like it used to. And I don't care whether men take pills or not, whatever. Like, it's fine if they take the pills. But here's what happens too when they take the pill. They get to feeling some kind of way, right? Which was worse than when they worked on their, organically. And let's just be clear, does it not work because of attraction or whatever? They're old. or they got high blood pressure, or they got high cholesterol, or they're fat and they don't work out, so they're sluggish. Come on. So we get online and everybody wants to pussyfoot around a man's, oh, his feelings. That tells you everything you need to know. You know how many men, women got to creep around either.
All right, so let's address the elephant in the room. We can already tell by the glasses and certain other features and characteristics of how she's carrying herself that she's a very angry, bitter, liberal woman that can't get it right. And let me just say this before we deep dive too far into this. Whenever you see a situation where a person continues to say, hey, I've been married to all of these people, I married 3 different white men, this one was this age, and this age. It doesn't really matter the age or whatever, and I just hate all men. Whenever you see that happens, usually the person is the problem. The person is the problem. As a person that has been successfully married for over 22 years, I will tell you that it is what you make it. And I give people advice all the time. Focus on the thing that you love about the person, not about what you want to change about the person.
What is wrong with you, black women? Okay, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, I am married to a white woman. Okay, so all of your comments, all of your DMs, whether it's on this video or a different video, just know this white boy is married to a white woman. And that means that she has all of my login information. She has all of my passwords. My location is shared. She knows where I am at all times. Okay, I work 12 hours a day. I come home and it's the same fucking conversation every night. Who's this bitch? Who's this bitch? I don't know. And I appreciate the messages. They're really flattering. And in another world, yeah, I'd be coming to that cookout for sure. But right now I can't. So if you could just like chill for a little bit, cool down, cool off, just like a little, give me a little space. All right. And like figure out another way to get a hold of me. Because like right now it's causing a problem at home.
You've had plenty of you. If you've been with all these unsuitable men, you've had plenty of suitable men that just weren't exciting enough.
Exactly.
Especially, but that's what. But what does your dad do for a living?
He owns retirement homes.
Are your mother and father married?
No.
All right. So, what do you? I don't care about what you want. What do you need?
What do I need? I need I need a man to bring stability in my life. I need a man to profess, protect, and provide. Yes.
This is
Why
some
you
Miss
make that?
America bull, because that's the Miss America goddamn answer. World peace and feed the kids. Profess, protect, and provide. Now you need
No.
somebody to check you. No, but thing is, ma'am, do you know what you need?
Yes.
Because
You
I'm,
know
I'm going to
what?
just go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb here. You've had plenty of men throw money at you, throw all kind of stuff, and you've had all that, and you still ain't happy.
You're right.
Stability meaning what?
Um, I just need a man who's consistently himself, not just like, so my past 2 relationships is like they go hard and then no, once they got me, they fall off.
Of course.
So I just need a man to be consistent. I'm
Well, why do you
consistent
think? Why do you think that is?
because they look at me through Instagram and they think this one thing like, oh, IG model, but what they do not know is that I'm corporate and I'm very humble. So once they find out like, oh, this girl is really just an everyday girl, they
It's usually
like,
because of the kid.
oh no, he had 4 kids.
That don't matter with us.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me back up. You're a whole mess. And see, I'm letting this play because you've been honest. But man, look, women with pretty privilege, I have really little to no sympathy for women like that because you have more opportunities than most women and you mismanage them.
You're
I
right.
mean, could you date an average man, an average black man making $40,000 a year?
Um,
Honestly, come on,
honestly,
man.
no, I expect a man to make as much as I do or more.
What is and how much and what range are we talking about?
6 figures.
That can go from 100,000 to 900.
Over he has to make at least over 140,000.
I know, but that's what I'm bringing to the table. I'm
I
only
don't give a
asking what I bring to the table.
yeah, but what you bring to the table is old and used. I mean, due respect. I mean, I talk. Look, what you bring to the table is two 14-year-olds and a bunch of hard miles.
What
If we
I
take your if
thought,
we take your money away, is what you bring to the table.
what basically what I've been coming up with this past year is I make good money and I started my own business.
We don't
Can
care
I
about that shit.
can I meet a man who make less than I do, but who is loyal, who can give me everything I want, but he makes less than me? I'm
Let me tell
willing
you
to.
something. The men that you need make less than you, and you probably need to deal with one of them because they can give you something that you lack: humility.
Hmm.
That's what's solid. I think of my friend in Philadelphia, and he's the kind of man you would actually need, but you would bypass him because he didn't go to college. He's probably smarter than most of the guys that you know.
Oh no,
See, the
I'll take.
problem,
Yep, yes, and
but they don't. But if they don't make that kind of money, see, you're in a trick bag.
hmm
You got two kids early on, and your standard is extremely high. You've had men with money and rappers and all this other kind of stuff. But the problem is, do you really bring that kind of value? Because if you did, you should be able to maintain. You can acquire men left and right, but can you keep a quality man?
no, you know why? Because when I had a quality man, I was like, oh my God, this guy is so boring. He want me in at a certain time. He doesn't want me at a guy's VIP. So I was like, you know what? It's over. But guess what? If I can go back and take that man back, I'll take him back. He was right. I
How
should.
long ago was this?
This was 3 years ago. I shouldn't be in no man's VIP. There's
Nope.
things I shouldn't wear. So I'll take him back if I
But
could.
did you really not know that?
I didn't want to hear it. I wanted to do me.
Well, this is why I don't mind this being punitive because I think women who do what you do have a.
How come when a black man sees a black woman with a white man, we don't give a shit? But when a black woman sees a black man with a white woman, y'all start breaking out and shit. It's bothering me.
Look, you wanna know be pissing me off? When white dudes be talking about, I wanna date a black woman. No, you don't. You like the thought of dating a black woman. You like a black woman for her physical appearance. That's what you like. But black women have so much more to offer than just physical appearance. They're nurturers, they're lovers. You know what I mean? They got a backbone. They really are like, you know what I mean, the rib to a man. They real queens. And it's just like, when it comes to interracial dating, especially when it's a white man and a black woman, there's a lot of bad history when it came, from back in the day. So it's a lot of stuff that's got to go into it. Like, for one, if you know what I mean, if your family doesn't approve with it, or approve of her, or approve of, something that she does, or this and that, are you going to have her back, or are you going to have your family back? If your friends crack a racial joke, even when she's not there, are you going to stick up for her? Because at the end of the day, that's your woman. So that's her culture. That's, you know what I mean? You gotta, you gotta put your foot down and don't let people play about that shit. Because you are supposed to be her protector. For real. You won't get looks, you gonna get stares from people out, you know what I mean? Because people are, disapproving of, a black and a white person being together. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people not built for that type of shit. And again, there's, you can have like, more of like a whitewashed black woman or something like that. That's, that was raised more, but when it comes to a black woman that's from the culture, like, nah. Y'all don't be ready for real. Like, I'm just being honest. Some might be, but a lot, y'all just be playing a game. Y'all like black women for the physical aspects. That's it. A black woman is not gonna let you just sit there and talk to her any type of way. A black woman, you know what I mean, is gonna speak her mind. Like, and when you get mad at her, or you know, in a disagreement and shit like that, you know, you can't. I don't know. I've seen it too many times where motherfuckers, you know, go about it and, you know, say some, you know, some fucked up ass shit because they mad and shit like that because of how they families brainwashed them and shit. And it's just like, just don't play with people for real. If you feel like you're ready and you for real ready, and you know what's gonna come with that shit, then cool. But if you're not, just keep the fantasy in your head for real.
I'm a black girl dating a white man, and let me tell you some of the racist ass shit that his family has done since we've been dating. His sister, her husband, and their parents came here for around Valentine's Day, and she wanted to throw her daughter a birthday party. I threw her daughter a birthday party at the house. I invited friends. I had a bounce house. They had a whole spread of multiple different kinds of food. I asked her to get one thing, Ziploc bags. She went to the store during the party. Do you think she brought the Ziploc bags? Okay. So then we get to the end of the night. She apparently said thank you to my boyfriend multiple times, but has not said thank you a single time to me. Mind you, all the people that are at the party are my friends and their kids. She comes to me the next day crying, holding me like this. I'm sorry. I just felt like you were supposed to try to be friends with me. I'm just like, I'm not like a nice person. Like, I don't really know how to do this. Like, I know that I need to be better at that. You probably say thank you when leaving your birthday parties in your city. What are you talking about? Like other people's birthday parties of children. I'm sure that you make your kids say, thank you so much for having me. I think I'm gonna make this a series because it just keeps going, and just wait because the cops get involved.
What the heck is going on? I saw a video of this woman, looked like she might have been about 30, talking about women over 40 have completely destroyed their lives. They're pathetic and they're out here trying to compete with these younger women. Baby, we ain't trying to compete with you because we already won. There ain't no competition here. Do you see all of this gray hair up here? I am 61 years old. This is life and wisdom. Underneath this life and wisdom is 3 degrees, 1 undergraduate, 2 advanced degrees. I have had more training than you have had life. Baby, I've been to hell and back in war, in marriage, and in childbirth. I'm pretty sure you ain't got no clue about none of that because you still out here bumbling around online trying to get yourself a date. I done been all over the country and several parts of the world solo. I got book sense, street sense, God sense, and common sense. You probably got to deep seek that so that you get a good understanding of what I'm talking about. Baby, I can cook in several different countries. No issues whatsoever. So I ain't got no problems. I don't need to compete with you because I done already been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the hat. By the time you put your foot on the track, baby, we done already been in the race, won the race, went home and packing and heading to Santorini. Because right now, we in a different kind of lifestyle. We in peace at all cost mode. And you ain't even got there yet. So we not trying to compete with you, dear. We already won. Comment.
Propaganda that I'm not falling for. Black women needing to date white men in order to be loved properly. Not falling for it. Good for you if you want to date interracially. Have no problem with that. That is your choice. But let's stop acting like white men are the saviors to a black woman's love life. Can we stop? Some of y'all are only dating white men and other races because of your hatred for black men. And baby, I'm here to tell you, it's time for therapy. A lot of y'all look at social media, you see all these couples, you see all these, black women being treated great by white men, and I'm sure they have a wonderful life, but social media is not real. Y'all do not know what goes on behind the scenes. Y'all do not know if his family doesn't like her, doesn't want her around. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the ins and outs of their relationships, the conversations that she can't have with him. It's a totally different dynamic that you're getting into. Now, if you're more of a surface level girly, then it's probably gonna work out for you. But as for me, like, I like to dig deep. I like to talk about history. I like to talk about, black love, black thing. I come from 2 black parents, been married for almost 40 years. There is no way I could see myself dating a white man. I don't care what type of narratives or propaganda Y'all are trying to force, there's nothing that could make me hate a black man. I come from a black man. I come from a black woman. There's nothing in this world that could ever make me hate black men or give up on them, because everybody is not the same. Yes, they've put us through hell. Okay? Yes, dating is not easy, dating black men, but I will not give up. I'll give up on black American men. No, I'm just kidding. At the end of the day, I choose to forgive the black men who have hurt me in the past. And I choose to still believe in the beauty of black men and the beauty of black love. And I hope that more people can find it in themselves to forgive and not rule out their entire race. Because keep in mind, you come from a black man. If you are a black woman, you come from a black man. So you cannot hate black men. You might have a disdain, or, you might have bad experiences, but I just don't believe in this narrative that's being pushed that white men are black women's savior when it comes to dating. I'm sorry.
What the fuck is going on here? She has a plate of food. She's just sitting there. She doesn't take a bite. And they always have food or doing their fucking makeup in these videos. And then her thought process is, let's go sit our ass on some hard rocks in front of this cinder block wall, because it's time to explain why men are predators. I don't understand the mentality of these women. This is just absolute bullshit. Look, you can't attract the men that you want, so instead of looking inward and asking why, you're just creating an indictment against the men who aren't choosing you. That's exactly what she's doing. A man in his 40s dating a woman in her 20s isn't dating a younger woman. He's manipulating her. He's mentally disordered, and apparently he's a pedo. She literally said, not quite a pedo. But then why the fuck did she say pedo? Because that's what she wanted people to hear. That's what she wanted people to connect older men dating younger women with child predators. And then she just throws out the not quite in front of it to cover her ass. A woman in her 20s is a grown fucking adult. Stop infantilizing women just because you don't like who they choose to date. And this is where the whole strong, independent women bullshit completely falls off the rails, because women are capable of making choices, right? Well, apparently until they make one that other women don't approve of. Then suddenly she's not strong and independent anymore. She's just a little girl who will fall for anything. She's naive, she's stupid, and she's being manipulated. So apparently she can't even understand who she's attracted to without another woman explaining it to her. If a man did that, would that not be mansplaining? And think about how fucking insulting that is to women. Because these women will scream that women don't need men telling them what to do and women can make their own choices. But then a second a 25-year-old woman says, I like older men, these same women basically say, no, you don't. You're too dumb to understand what's happening. That's not empowering women. That's just women shitting on other women because they made choices that other women didn't like. And she didn't just attack the men in this either. She basically called younger women gullible idiots who will believe anything a man tells them. I guess so much for supporting women. Because if a younger woman chooses to chase older men, if they're messaging them, if they approach them, they date them, God forbid they sleep with them, it's not that they can't just like older men. No, they're too gullible to do that. Yet, even when the younger woman chooses him, the man somehow still becomes the predator. I don't understand how the fuck that even works. Because if you reverse this, and a 45-year-old woman hooks up with a 22-year-old guy, nobody is screaming about him being manipulated. No, they're screaming about her being a cougar. She's getting hers. She's living her best life. He's hooking up with a MILF. And here's where the argument in all this gets even more fucking stupid, because women are constantly saying men's brains develop later than women's. Okay, fine. Let's use that standard. So if that's the case, if younger men are supposedly less developed and easier to manipulate, wouldn't the older woman going after the younger man be the predator? See, you can't say young men are less mature when it just benefits you, then pretend a 22-year-old guy is fully equipped to handle a 45-year-old woman with more money, more experience, more power, more everything, when you want to celebrate her sleeping with a younger guy. And nobody asks whether she's using him because he's young, he's easy, he's available. It's absolutely fucking celebrated. But as soon as a man does it, he's a predator who needs fucking psychological evaluation, apparently. See, that's the whole hypocrisy baked into this. There are older men who manipulate younger women. Absolutely. That happens. But there are also older women who manipulate younger men. The problem with this is that it's not about the gender, it's not about the age gap. And if we really want to talk about what's really underneath all this shit, she's pissed because men her age can still attract younger women. And instead of asking why the men that she wants aren't choosing her, she decides that those men only want younger women because younger women are stupid enough to tolerate those men. And maybe that's not why they're avoiding you. Maybe it's your whole fucking attitude. Because listen to how she talks about men. They're disgusting, they're manipulative, they're predatory. Then you're going to wonder why a man doesn't want to come home after work and spend the rest of his night just listening to this type of bullshit, dealing with this fucking gross attitude. Men don't want to do that. Men are like, no fucking thanks. And this isn't because she's 40, that's just an excuse. Because the truth is, a 40-year-old divorced woman can absolutely attract men. But she has to go through divorce. She has to learn from it, become softer and more self-aware, and come out as someone a man wants to build a life with. And yes, I said soft because that matters. Men do not want to come home to another fight. They don't want every conversation turned into competition or every disagreement turned into a battle. And soft doesn't mean weak or stupid or without boundaries. It means you're not fucking exhausting to be around. Some of the same women that are screaming about older men dating younger women had no problem being attracted to older men when they were younger. So apparently the age gap wasn't this moral emergency when they were the younger woman. Now they're older and suddenly everybody has found this ethics department conversation. Look, if you're 40 and can't attract the type of man you want, you keep on shitting on men, calling them predators, calling younger women manipulated, and getting applause from other pissed off women online, you can do that, or you can actually look in the fucking mirror and ask what you need to change. Maybe, and I don't know, heal your shit and become agreeable. And agreeable, I'm not saying be subservient. It means a relationship doesn't need to feel like a fucking battle or living with someone who's always competing, correcting, or attacking you. Men don't have to choose that. Men do not want to choose that. And they won't choose that anymore. You can hate that reality and scream about it. You can call men disgusting and dance right up to calling them pedos. It won't make them choose you anymore. At some point, you have to stop blaming the people who don't want you and ask yourself why the fuck they don't want you.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to this channel. Today we'll be talking about something different. I know we have been talking about a lot about the white folks and the Asian and the black folks in detail on this channel. Today, good brothers and sisters, we are looking at the Latino women. Most of Latino women prefer dating black men, which is racist. On the other side, we see some of the videos, dudes out there interviewing Latino women, and yet these women are choosing black men over their own people, and it pisses the white women off. I have come across a lot of videos about the brothers out there, about their relationships. A lot of them are not really happy about this scenario that is ongoing. Their own women mingling with other men, and their women are choosing black men over them. So a lot of Latino men are furious about this, and the truth is that love has no color. Latino and black goes hand in hand. This is a future that these Latino ladies possess, that these black guys love them. The same to black men. Most of the black men going for Latino women, and so the women of Latino are also going for the black men. Most of the Latino guys are involved in dangerous activities. When you move from South America and in United States, they always look for black people, the white ladies themselves. Most of them identify the black culture, similar to tradition and also job opportunities. They enjoy spending their quality time with the black community. Now we're coming across a video, a woman talking about a black guy loving black guys, and you see some of the black community is also crazy, and here that's what's trending now in 2026. A lot of women are finally coming out to closets. I mean, a lot of women are coming out to talk about the fact that they would rather prefer to date a black guy in the year 2026. So even some reaching an extent of women out there dating black men and advising their fellow ladies to do these online apps and giving white women tips on how to get these black men. I mean, that's literally what we're seeing right now in 2026. A lot of them are now coming online to tell their fellow white women on how to catch a very rich and very handsome, successful black man. Yes, that is what we are seeing right now in 2026. And these women are there in the comment section flirting and paying attention. I mean, it is really crazy to see the level of attention that most black men get amongst these white women, and a lot of white men out there are pissed off about this scenario. But unfortunately, that is the reality of the things right now at the moment, and it is starting to talk about and starting to talk about this. So let's dive into the next episode. Drop a comment, thoughts in the comment section. Let's see 250 subscribers. Thank you for my subscriber. Don't forget to subscribe so that we can get the videos that they relate, like the videos like this. Bye.